Okay. All right, Dad. This is going. I just gotta push the button.
Red button.
The red button.
Yeah, and then it should change a little.
Is it ready to turn on? All right. Okay. Yeah, so it's recording. All right, Dad. Okay, just to pick up where we left off yesterday, Dad.
Huh?
Where we left off yesterday. So you were going overseas.
I went overseas and let's see when I went overseas.
So after 6 weeks or 8 weeks of training.
Well, the basic training at Camp Hood was 6 weeks, you know, and then I went overseas, and then I went to Saipan,
Okay.
and I was Saipan.
And did you stop anywhere on the way?
Huh?
Did you stop at any other islands on the way?
Yeah, that was on in Saipan, you know.
Okay.
And then from Saipan I went to Okinawa, and in Okinawa I was 3 days late. You know, the landing at Okinawa was on the 1st of April, and I got there on the 3rd. And then when I was there, and about 9:30 in the morning, why I got hit by the sniper shot me in on my gun on the ground, and then they gave me a Browning automatic, and I took the Browning automatic and took the tripod out front, and the guy said this squad leader, you know, which is 16 people in a squad. The squad leader was a staff sergeant, and then he says, "Well, you're cannibalizing this gun." That's the last word he said. When he said cannibalizing gun, the sniper shot him right between the eyes, and I was laying down after I got hit, and everything was sore, you know. So and I took the tripod off and stuff, and then this first lieutenant says, "Well, loudmouth, you're in charge to go down." And we went then. So when we left, we went to down to the hospital, and they put Lakens on and then stuff around, and then they got another 15 Brownings. See, and as soon as it got dark, we could just see ahead of us about 5-6 feet. They had a big, huge building around about something, and we were supposed to see what's in there. So we went in there, you know. Then before we got there, the hawks woke the dogs. Mm-hmm. And so then we run a little faster, and we shot. Each one had we were supposed to use shoot 20 rounds, and then come back to where we left.
The rendezvous point.
And so when we did that, you know, about I suppose it was 6 in the morning, and they said, "Well, you say the hogs work the dogs?" I says, "Yes, that's the dogs." Then barked, and then we emptied our 20 rounds. We came back, and says, they kind of laughed. I says, "I'm telling you what happened." I says, "You know, hogs can hear better than the dogs." And so then after they got done, this guy says, I was still squad leader, and so they said that when we there, this guy said, say we were 3 guys in a foxhole that night, and so I went down and says, well, why don't you get some? We got these hogs, and we made some donuts. So I left the foxhole, and then when I come back, well, I told the guys we're not going to use no tracers or hand grenades. That's outlawed when I'm running the deal. And so when I got back, why these 2 guys from the 96th Division, you know, they must have thought, well, I was fooling them, heck. So I don't know whether they killed them, you know, the
Japanese?
The mortar shell or
Okay.
not, but anyway, they were gone. So then, of course, we got more replacements, you know, and then after that, why, this lieutenant, he was a first lieutenant, and then he in the morning he got up, and about 9:15, we wanted to take a ridge, go up this ridge, you know. At 9:15, I says, Lord, I says, you must be a lawyer. You at 9 o'clock in the morning, we went down there to that deal there at night when nobody could see you, and so I got clipped 4 or 5 times, you know, with a small arm fire, and then.
So when you say you got clipped, what does that mean?
I mean, hit with rifle and
with
stuff, you know.
Bullet fragments.
And then when I got done there, why some guy in he said he's going to be company commander, because the company commander of was either L or H company got killed, so he's going to take over the company. This guy did, this lieutenant that was a squad leader, I mean platoon leader.
Right.
And so then he says, well, I tell you, you're not eating a fruitcake, so now you'll be the platoon leader. So I let the guys.
And how many's in the platoon?
Yeah, the platoon is usually it's 16 and it takes 4 squads.
Okay.
And so, well, when I got to be a leader, why we
About
had to
64,
go back.
so 64?
Huh?
64 people?
Yeah, so so we came back, why then we went down and get replacements, and so they all cried. This one of them platoon leaders that I was in, you know, he had a lot better training, because he knew how to set shape charges. He carried that, and he was always the medic. He knows if you got hurt, why he'd shoot you, you know, give you a
shot.
And so when I got in there, the guy says, well, we don't know if this platoon leader is a devil or an angel. And they cried, you know. So they says, what does he say? He say devil? Oh no, we pray. He says, but
And this is praying about you, or who are they praying?
He says, what does he say? Well, he says, I'm sons of bitches. And then there's an Irish priest said, well, it's the son of bitch means bitch. She's got a dog, and the dog is male, and she's a female. So that's nothing wrong. He says he could use stuff like horses too. That's worse. He said, so okay, they said, okay, we'll go along, see. But a while they didn't know whether it was, and I says, I'm gonna lead and you guys will follow. And when it's a dirty job, I'll lead. And I'll be like Rose, when in Grand, when they left and did the job, you know, signed somebody else commit suicide. And so we went every time we went at night, and if we could see ahead 5 feet or 6 feet, we would sign a ridge. You know, you're gonna take this ridge. You know.
Right. So this is on Okinawa still?
Yeah, this is Okinawa. So, so we would go at night, and of course, the long toms, they were.
What's a long thumb? Is that a gun?
They shooting shells about 18, 20 miles, but at 190 millimeters. See, and then they'd shoot them, and then the shells would explode 100 feet in the air and drive, kill everything. They'd use, which I didn't know till later. They used white phosphorus. And then, of course, when you dug a foxhole, why, there was loose stuff. You didn't have to, you just got, we used our helmets to dig the one side,
The foxholes?
The manhole, you know, the foxhole.
Foxhole, yeah.
Yeah, we would, and then each side, so the Japanese couldn't come around, you know, and hit us. So we take both sides of the ridge, you know, and then at night we'd always have 3, and sometimes we got so that we only had 2 in a foxhole before we got a replacement. And, so that went on all the time. And while we was doing that, why, a couple times they had the Germans had a big field gun there to give to the Japanese, and that was in a cave all the time. And then that would shoot this big Bertha that was on the tracks, and then it'd shoot 2 shots, and then they'd go back into the cave again. But this one time we was there, and they shot there these 2 shots, you know, at a time, and then they moved back. Well, they finally got, but they wasn't hitting the deal, the
shells?
Stuff they were shooting.
Right.
They were damp or something, so they was at least 8-9 miles off, and me and this guy was in there, and they shoot 2, and then they'd wait, and about an hour later they'd bring the gun out, this big old Bertha, and then shoot 2 more. They did that before the Long Toms got them, and so this one guy, he was, concussion was so terrific, you know, and then rocks had come up, and this guy, he was gonna run off. This guy in a foxhole, right, with me. So I held him, you know, down, and then hit him in the back of the head with the Browning, and the next day he got up and he said, I must have got hit with a rock or something. I says, you certainly did. But he didn't know I knocked him out, because the minute that he would go back, we was ordered, anybody goes back gets shot. They are not going to go back. That was the orders from the Navy, which was we were under Admiral I forget it what his name.
Okay, how do I pause the sounds?
And
Press the record
so.
again.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna pause for a second, Dad. Yeah, go ahead and pause this one.
Yeah.